The complete life story of Elon Musk. A boy stands alone in the school playground. Other kids are beating him. They push him down the stairs. His nose breaks. Blood covers his face. He goes to the hospital. The doctors say he cannot breathe properly for the rest of his life. Today, that same boy sends rockets to space. He builds electric cars that everyone wants. He has over $200 billion. His name is Elon Musk. Wait, how does a lonely, beaten child become the richest man on Earth? In this video, you will discover 3 big secrets. First, the dark childhood trauma that almost destroyed him. Second, the moment he lost everything and almost died. Third, the one crazy idea that everyone called impossible. Most videos show you only the success, but today you will hear the complete truth. The failures, the tears, the doubts, the mistakes, because that is where the real lessons are. Why should you watch till the end? Because this story will teach you how to turn your worst moments into your biggest victories. You will not just learn about Elon Musk, you will learn about yourself. We make these videos after deep research. We spend hours finding rare facts and untold stories. We explain everything in simple English, so you learn real lessons and improve your language skills at the same time. And if you don't want to miss more amazing videos like this, then do subscribe. Let's begin this incredible journey. Section 1. The Lonely Child. Our story starts in South Africa. The year is 1971. June 28th, a baby boy is born in Pretoria. His parents name him Elon Musk. His father, Errol, is an engineer. His mother, May, is a model. They have money. They have a big house, but money cannot buy happiness. And Elon's childhood is not happy. Elon is different from other children. Very different. He does not play like them. He does not talk like them. He sits alone with books. He reads for 10 hours a day. Yes, 10 hours. When he is only 3 years old, he reads the entire encyclopedia. His parents think something is wrong with him. His mother says, Elon lives in his own world. He does not hear us when we call him. We take him to the doctor. The doctor says maybe he's deaf. But Elon is not deaf. He is thinking. His brain works differently. He sees things that others cannot see. He dreams of rockets and computers and faraway planets. When Elon is 8 years old, his parents separate. This breaks his heart. He chooses to live with his father. Later he says this is one of his biggest mistakes. His father is cruel. His father says terrible things to him. Things that hurt more than any physical pain. Elon once says, "My father is a terrible human being. You have no idea. Almost every bad thing you can imagine he has done." Think about that. Imagine living with someone who makes you feel worthless every single day. But home is not his only problem. School is worse. Elon is small. He is thin. He wears thick glasses. Other boys see him as weak. They decide to make his life hell. Every day they find him. Every day they hurt him. One day the bullying reaches its worst point. A group of boys surrounds him. They punch him. They kick him. Then they push him down a concrete staircase. Elon falls hard. His face hits the ground. His nose breaks. Blood is everywhere. He wakes up in the hospital. The doctors operate on his nose, but the damage is permanent. For years, Elon cannot breathe properly through his nose. Can you imagine? A simple act that we take for granted. He cannot do it. His brother Kimball later says, they beat him until he blacked out. This happened again and again. I was scared they would kill him one day. Most children would break from this pain. Most would lose all hope. But Elon does something different. He escapes into books. He escapes into his imagination. He reads science fiction. He reads about heroes who save the world. He reads about technology that changes everything. And slowly, a dream forms in his mind. A crazy, impossible dream. He wants to go to Mars. He wants to make humans a multi-planet species. He wants to change the world. People laugh at him. Even his father laughs. They say, "You are just a weird kid with stupid dreams." What this teaches us: when the world is cruel to you, don't let it kill your dreams. Elon used his pain as fuel. He used books as an escape. He used imagination as hope. In your life, this means finding something positive when everything feels negative. What is your escape? What is your hope? Find it and hold it tight. At age 12, Elon does something amazing. He teaches himself computer programming. Remember, this is 1983. Computers are very new. Most adults don't understand them. But this 12-year-old boy learns everything by himself. He creates a video game. He calls it Blastar. It's a space game about destroying alien ships. He sells it to a computer magazine for $500. This is his first business success. His first proof that his dreams are not stupid. But his troubles are not over. Not even close. Section 2. Struggles and the escape to America. Elon knows he must leave South Africa. He knows his future is somewhere else. But where? He chooses Canada. Why Canada? Because his mother was born there. He can get citizenship easier. And from Canada, he can reach his real dream. America, the land of opportunity. At 17, Elon leaves home. He has almost no money. He has no plan. He just has hope and a one-way ticket. His story is just beginning. And if you want to hear more amazing stories like this while improving your English, hit that subscribe button now. Elon arrives in Canada in 1989. He expects his family to help him, but nobody is at the airport. Nobody knows he's coming. He is completely alone in a foreign country. He calls his uncle. No answer. He calls other relatives. They are not at home. What does he do? He travels across Canada finding odd jobs, sleeping in cheap places, surviving day by day. For a year, he works terrible jobs. He cuts logs in the forest. He cleans grain bins in farms. This work is dangerous and dirty. Grain bins are huge containers filled with wheat. Inside the dust is thick. You can barely breathe. One mistake and you can die. Elon does this work for $18 an hour. He later says, "I had to shovel sand and gravel. I had to stand inside a hot tunnel wearing a suit. It was like being in a sauna. The worst job I ever had." Think about this. A boy who dreams of Mars is shoveling dirt for survival. Does he give up? Does he say, "My dreams are too big"? No, he keeps going. In 1990, Elon moves to America. He gets accepted to the University of Pennsylvania. This is a top university, but life is still hard. He has student loans. He has no extra money. So what does he do? He turns his house into a nightclub. Yes, a nightclub. Every weekend he charges people money to come party at his place. He makes enough money to pay his rent and buy food. This is pure hustle. This is survival instinct. His roommate and brother Kimball help him run these parties. They buy cheap drinks. They invite everyone. Sometimes over 500 people come to their house. The house gets destroyed every weekend, but they make money, and that is what matters. What this teaches us: when you have big dreams but no money, you must be creative. Elon didn't wait for someone to help him. He created his own opportunity. You can do this by looking at what you have right now. Maybe you have a skill. Maybe you have time. Maybe you have space. Use it. Make something from nothing. During university, Elon studies economics and physics. He is obsessed with 3 big ideas. First, the internet. Second, clean energy. Third, space travel. These 3 things he believes will change the future of humanity. His professors notice something special about him. One professor says, Elon asked questions that nobody else asked.
He wanted to know not just how things work, he wanted to know why they work and how to make them better. In 1995, Elon graduates from university. He gets accepted to Stanford for a PhD in physics. Stanford is one of the best universities in the world. Most people would be so happy. Most people would celebrate. But Elon does something crazy. He quits Stanford after just 2 days. 2 days. His father is furious. His friends think he's stupid. They say, "Why would you leave Stanford?" Elon has a simple answer. The internet is happening right now. If I stay in school, I will miss it. I can always go back to school, but I cannot get this moment back. Think about that decision. He gives up security for possibility. He gives up a clear path for an uncertain one. This is courage in its purest form.
Section 3. Failures, near death, and the darkest times. Now we reach the part that most videos skip. The failures, the rejections, the moments when Elon almost lost everything. Because success is never a straight line. In 1995, Elon and his brother Kimball start a company. They call it Zip2. It's a software company for newspapers. The idea is simple: help newspapers put their content online with maps and directions. They have no money, they rent a tiny office, they sleep in the office, they shower at the YMCA gym. They work day and night, coding, calling newspapers, trying to make sales. Elon is the CEO. But here is something nobody tells you. The investors don't trust him. They think he's too young, too awkward, not polished enough. So they bring in another person to be CEO. They push Elon aside. Imagine that. You create a company, you work yourself to exhaustion, and then people tell you that you are not good enough to lead it. How would you feel? Elon feels destroyed. But he does not quit. He keeps working, he keeps coding, he keeps pushing. In 1999, Compaq buys Zip2 for $307 million. Elon gets $22 million from the sale. At age 28, he's a millionaire. Most people would retire. Most people would buy a big house and relax. Not Elon. He immediately invests almost all his money into a new company. He calls it X.com. It's an online bank. This will later become PayPal. But starting X.com is brutal. The technology keeps crashing. Customers lose trust. The team fights constantly. And then, the biggest betrayal happens. The board of directors removes Elon as CEO. Again, for the second time, his own company kicks him out of leadership. They say he's not a good manager. They say he makes too many risky decisions. This happens in 2000. Elon is on his honeymoon in South Africa with his first wife, Justine. He gets a phone call. The board tells him, "You are no longer CEO." His honeymoon is ruined. His confidence is shattered. He later says, "That was really tough. It hurt a lot." But wait, the pain is not over. It gets much worse. In 2002, eBay buys PayPal for $1.5 billion. Elon makes $180 million from the sale. He is now very rich. But money cannot heal emotional wounds, and the next few years will test him like never before. Let that sink in. Success came, but happiness did not. Elon starts 2 new companies in 2002, SpaceX and Tesla. His goal? Make humans a space-traveling species and end pollution from cars. These are massive, crazy goals. Everyone says he will fail. Experts say private rocket companies are impossible. Car industry veterans say Tesla will never work. His own friends tell him, "Elon, you are going to lose all your money." And guess what? They are almost right. Between 2006 and 2008, Elon faces his darkest period. SpaceX launches 3 rockets. All 3 explode. Each explosion costs millions of dollars. Each explosion makes people laugh at him. News articles mock him. They call him a rich fool wasting his money. At the same time, Tesla is dying. The company is running out of money. They cannot finish building cars. Suppliers demand payment. The factory might shut down. And then Elon's personal life collapses.
His first son, Nevada, dies at 10 weeks old from sudden infant death syndrome. This destroys him and his wife emotionally. Later, they divorce. The pain is unbearable. Elon later admits, 2008 was the worst year of my life. I thought everything would fail. SpaceX, Tesla, my marriage, everything. He's working 100 hours a week, sleeping in the Tesla factory, barely eating. His health is failing. His friends worry he might have a breakdown. He has $200 million. Both SpaceX and Tesla need money to survive. He must choose, save one company or risk everything on both. Most people would save at least half, play it safe, protect something. But Elon does the unthinkable. He splits his money between both companies. If they both fail, he loses everything. He will go from rich to broke. His friends think he's insane. Financial advisors say he's making the biggest mistake of his life. Even his family worries about him. What this teaches us: real courage is not the absence of fear. Real courage is moving forward when you are terrified. Elon knew he might lose everything, but he believed in his mission more than his fear. Ask yourself, what would you do if you knew you might fail? Would you still try? That is the real question. If this story is touching your heart, show your support by hitting the like button. It helps us bring more stories like this to you. In September 2008, SpaceX prepares for its fourth rocket launch. This is the last chance. If this rocket fails, SpaceX will close forever. Elon has no money left for a fifth attempt. The rocket is called Falcon 1. It stands on the launch pad in the Pacific Ocean. Elon watches nervously. His employees watch. The world watches. The countdown begins. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch. The rocket rises into the sky. It goes higher and higher. Everyone holds their breath. Will it explode like the others? Minutes pass. The rocket keeps flying. It reaches orbit. Success! SpaceX becomes the first private company to send a rocket to space. Elon breaks down crying. His employees cry with him. They have done the impossible. They have proven everyone wrong. But the story is not over yet. Section 4. Breakthrough and Building Empires. Just weeks after the SpaceX success, another miracle happens. NASA calls Elon. They offer SpaceX a $1.6 billion contract to deliver supplies to the International Space Station. This money saves the company. On Christmas Eve 2008, Tesla is hours from bankruptcy, literally hours. Elon needs to close one more funding round. If the money doesn't come by the end of the day, Tesla will die. He calls every investor he knows. He begs, he explains, he fights. And finally, at the last possible moment, the money comes through. Tesla survives. Elon later says, "I will never forget that Christmas Eve. I was so close to losing everything. Those were the most stressful hours of my life." What this teaches us: success often comes at the very last moment. When you feel like giving up, remember this. Elon was hours away from losing Tesla. Hours. But he kept fighting until the very end. Never quit when you're close to the finish line. You might be closer to success than you think. From 2010 onwards, things start to change. SpaceX continues launching rockets successfully. In 2012, SpaceX becomes the first private company to send a spacecraft to the International Space Station. History is made. Tesla releases the Model S in 2012. This electric car is beautiful, fast, and practical. People love it. Suddenly, Tesla is not a joke anymore. It's the future of cars. But Elon doesn't stop there. In 2015, he starts more companies. OpenAI for artificial intelligence research, Neuralink to connect human brains to computers, The Boring Company to build underground tunnels and solve traffic problems. People ask him, "Why do you start so many companies? Why don't you just relax?" Elon's answer is simple: because these things need to happen. If I don't do them, maybe nobody will. In 2017, SpaceX achieves another impossible goal. They land a rocket back on Earth after it goes to space. Then they reuse that same rocket. Nobody has ever done this before. Rockets have always been thrown away after one use. Elon makes them reusable. This makes space travel much cheaper. Watch any video of those rocket landings. They look like science fiction. A giant rocket comes down from space, engines firing, and lands perfectly on a small platform. It's like a building falling from the sky and standing back up. Incredible. Tesla continues growing. In 2018, they start making the Model 3. This is an electric car that middle-class families can afford. Demand explodes. Suddenly, everyone wants a Tesla. But success brings new problems, production problems, quality problems, money problems. Elon sleeps on the factory floor for months. He works insane hours making sure every car is perfect. He tweets, "Production hell continues. I'm sleeping at the factory so I can fix problems faster. This is killing me." His health suffers. He gains weight. His hair starts falling out. Friends worry about him, but he keeps pushing. Why? Because he sees the bigger picture. In 2020, something magical happens. Tesla's stock price explodes. The company becomes the most valuable car company in the world. More valuable than Toyota, more valuable than Ford and GM combined. Elon becomes the richest person on earth. But here is what most people miss. Elon doesn't live like a typical billionaire. In 2020, he announces that he's selling all his houses. He says, "I will own no house." He moves into a small prefab house near the SpaceX factory in Texas. The house cost only $50,000. Why does he do this? He explains, "Physical possessions just weigh you down. I want to focus on Mars. I want to make life multi-planetary." Think about that. The richest man in the world lives in a tiny house and works 80-hour weeks. Most rich people buy yachts and private islands. Elon buys rockets and factories. In 2021, SpaceX launches regular missions to space. They take astronauts to the space station. They launch internet satellites called Starlink to bring internet to the whole world. They are building Starship, the biggest rocket ever made, to go to Mars. Elon's childhood dream is becoming real. The boy who read about Mars while being bullied is now actually building the spaceship to go there. What this teaches us: never let success make you comfortable. Elon could have stopped after PayPal. He was already rich. But he kept going. Why? Because he has a mission bigger than money. Find your mission. What do you want to achieve that is bigger than yourself? That is what will keep you going when things get hard. In 2022, Elon makes his most controversial move. He buys Twitter for $44 billion. Why? He believes in free speech. He believes the platform is not managed well. He thinks he can make it better. The purchase is messy. First, he offers to buy it. Then he tries to cancel. Then he's forced to buy it. The whole thing becomes a circus. News media attacks him daily. When he takes over Twitter, he fires thousands of employees. He changes many rules. Some people love the changes. Others hate them. The platform gets renamed to X. Controversy follows him everywhere. But Elon doesn't care about being popular. He cares about his vision. He says, "I would rather be useful than liked." Through all of this, he continues pushing forward. SpaceX keeps launching. Tesla keeps growing. Neuralink tests brain implants in humans. The Boring Company digs tunnels under cities. In 2023, SpaceX launches Starship for the first time. It's the biggest and most powerful rocket ever built. The first launch explodes. The second launch goes further, but also explodes. People laugh and say it's a failure. But Elon says, each explosion teaches us something. This is how you build something new. You fail, you learn, you improve, you try again. And he is right. By early 2024, Starship is making better and better flights. Each test goes further. The dream of going to Mars gets closer. Today, in 2025, Elon Musk is still the richest person on Earth. His net worth goes up and down, but stays around $200 to $250 billion. He runs multiple companies. He works constantly. He rarely sleeps more than 6 hours. He is always thinking about the next challenge. Section 5. Legacy, Life Philosophy, and the Lessons We Can Learn. So what can we learn from Elon Musk's incredible journey? What makes him different? Why does he succeed when others fail? Let's talk about his philosophy, his way of thinking, his approach to life. First, think from first principles. Elon doesn't accept things the way they are. When people said rockets are too expensive, he asked why. He broke down the problem. He looked at raw materials. He realized that rockets should only cost 2% of their current price if built efficiently. Then he built SpaceX to prove it. He says, don't reason by analogy. Reason from first principles. Question everything. Rebuild from the ground up. In your life, this means don't just accept what others tell you. Ask why. Dig deeper. Find the real problem. Then solve it your way. Second, work harder than everyone else. Elon is famous for working 80 to 100 hours a week. He says, if others work 40 hours and you work 100 hours, you achieve in 4 months what takes them a year. Some people criticize this. They say it's not healthy. Maybe they are right, but you cannot deny results. Elon has built multiple billion-dollar companies because he works harder than almost anyone. You don't have to work 100 hours. But ask yourself, are you really giving your maximum effort, or are you making excuses? Third, take big risks. Elon risked all his money on SpaceX and Tesla. Most financial advisors told him he was crazy, but he believed in his mission more than in safety. He says, when something is important enough, you do it even when the odds are against you. What is important enough to you? What dream are you not chasing because you are scared? Think about it. Fourth, learn constantly. Elon never studied rocket science in school. He learnt it by reading books and asking questions. He taught himself engineering. He taught himself programming. He taught himself physics. He reads for hours every day. His brother says, Elon read 2 books a day when we were kids. He remembers everything he reads. Try this. Read for just 30 minutes every day. Learn something new. In 1 year, you will be a different person. In 5 years, you will be unstoppable. Fifth, don't care what others think. Everyone mocked Elon. They called him crazy. They said his ideas were impossible. News media wrote negative articles. Experts said he would fail. Did he stop? No, he kept going. He says, I don't spend time trying to convince people. I just do the work and prove it. In your life, stop worrying about critics. Stop explaining your dreams to people who don't understand. Just work, just do, just prove them wrong. Sixth, embrace failure as learning. Elon's rockets exploded. His companies almost went bankrupt. His products had problems. But he never saw failure as the end. He saw it as information. He says, failure is an option here. If you are not failing, you are not innovating enough. Next time you fail at something, don't feel defeated. Ask yourself, what did I learn? How can I improve? Then try again. Seventh, have a mission bigger than money. Elon is the richest man on earth, but he doesn't live like it. He works 7 days a week. He sleeps in factories. He eats simple food. Why? Because his mission is not about money. He wants to make humans multi-planetary. He wants to stop climate change. He wants to merge humans with AI so we don't become obsolete. These are his real goals. Money is just a tool for him. What is your tool working towards? What is your bigger mission? What about his flaws? Let's be honest. Elon is not perfect. He can be difficult to work with. He demands too much from his employees. He tweets controversial things. He sometimes treats people harshly. His personal relationships have failed multiple times. He admits, I am not a perfect human being. I have many flaws, but I am trying to do good for the world. This is important to understand. You don't have to be perfect to do great things. You just have to keep trying. Now I want to ask you, what lesson from Elon's life will you apply today? Tell me in the comments below. Powerful conclusion and final message. Remember at the start, I told you about a boy standing alone in the playground, bullied, broken, bleeding. Nobody believed in him. Even his own father thought he was weird. Today, that boy sends rockets to space every week. He has built companies worth hundreds of billions of dollars. He is changing the world in ways nobody imagined possible. But here is the real secret. Elon Musk is not special because he is smarter than everyone. He is special because he refused to give up. When rockets exploded, he built more rockets. When companies failed, he started new companies. When people laughed, he kept working. You have that same power inside you. You have the same 24 hours in a day. You have access to the same information. The only difference is action. What will you do with your life? What will you do today? What will you do tomorrow? What will you do this year? The choice is yours. Make it count. If this inspired you, share it with someone who needs to hear this story. Subscribe for more true stories that change lives and improve English. And remember, the future belongs to those who build it. Thank you for watching. Now, go build your future.